Welcome to Cinemasaurus Rex. I'm Rocket, and this week it's Godzilla vs Gigan. Definitely recommending one straight off the bat. Even the opening, Godzilla comes in and he atomic breaths the title right into your face. So it starts off brilliant. Now the story revolves around this guy called Kenko Coffee or something like that. This guy is going around selling comic books, or trying to sell comic books, and he's got two monster ideas. He's got Shukra, the monster of homework, then Momogen, the monster of strict mothers. And it's like, well, that sounds pretty shit. So he tries selling this comic and doesn't go down well. So this woman comes up to him, well, I think it's his sister or something. She says, why don't we go stay into that new Godzilla Island, what they're building, see if they're interested. And then he goes, you're a hard bitch. She goes, you what? What did you just say? And he goes, whoa, I'm not repeating that. I'm not to a black belt. Anyway, he goes over to this Godzilla Island, meets up with a boss who ends up being this guy who looks about 12. He's like, hey, you're a bit young for doing this. He goes, well, you know, when you got the brains, you got the job. Simple as that. So he's giving him these ideas about monsters, the monster of homework, the monster of strict mothers. He's like, I like your idea. Why don't you come back tomorrow, give me an update on this plan, and see what you think you can do with this Monster Island. Because we want to promote world peace. That's what we want to do, peace across the world. He's like, oh, well, I like you. You sound like a reasonable chap. Next day comes along, he comes back with his little blueprints. This woman comes bursting out of the building, smacks into him. She drops something on the floor. He's like, oh, you dropped something here. She just runs off. It's a tape. So he just bags at it. And then he goes up to see her boss, and he mentioned the woman that ran off. He's like, oh wow, what about her? So she had this tape, and it might just, she's against peace basically. She's a warmonger. We don't want any of that. He goes, oh, she doesn't seem like a warmonger. You never know. Then, after he leaves his boss, he beats into this woman again, and she goes, oh, you stole my tape, you? Says, yeah, you dropped it, and I shouted you, and you didn't come back for it. So don't have a go at me, love. I shouted you for the fucking tape. And he says, well, I want it back now. Well, it's tough shit. I've not got it on me. And then this guy comes, jabs what you think's a gun in his back, and he goes, I'm Monday upon being fence. Turns out it's not. It's just corn on the cob. So, and he's just fainting over nothing, really. So he wakes up and they're talking about this plan, and he's like, I wonder what we should probably listen to this tape. So they put the tape in, start listening to it, and it's just all mumbo jumbo, some weird noises. So we're probably playing it on the wrong speed. And they change the speed of the tape. At this point, the bosses are like back at the layer, like, someone's turned on that tape, we can hear it, we can detect it, something's going on here. And he goes, oh no, that's plan 3 down the shitter. Let's move to plan 6. Should we not do plan 4 or plan 5? No, plan 6. They've played the tape now. It's too late. So yeah, but you can't understand it. It's not even English. We just don't have time. Plan 6. Plan 6. And not only can they hear it, but Godzilla can hear it. And Godzilla and Anguirus are on Monster Island. Now, time-wise, this doesn't make sense because Destroy All Monsters was the first time you saw Monster Island, which was supposedly set in the future, yet this one isn't in the future. But Monster Island is here, so I'm not too sure what's going on. If anybody knows, you can put something in there, but the timeline's all over the place. So anyway, we're not bothering about that because it just messes with Godzilla's title reign if we start messing with that, so we're just keeping it as it is. By the way, Godzilla does not put his title on the line in this one. I know, I thought he did. I thought, well, it's called Godzilla vs Gigan. I thought it was going to be a one-on-one match. Doesn't happen, I'm afraid. Anyway, Godzilla and Anguirus hear this tape recording, and for the first time we actually hear them talk. They've got these little speech bubbles, and they're going, hey Anguirus, come over here. You better check that out. I think something's going amiss over there. He goes, hey, why me? He says, otherwise I'll kick your head in. Done it before, I'll do it again. He's like, alright, boss. So Anguirus goes swimming off to try and discover what this noise is. When Anguirus gets ashore, the army are like, whoa, fucking hell, it's Anguirus again. So army go after him, Anguirus. They actually get rid of Anguirus as well. They just start bombarding him, shooting the crap out of him, and Anguirus has to just go back to Godzilla. So, tail between the legs, he's gone. Anyway, after playing this tape, they're like, well, we need to find our boss. Let's just look him up, see what we can find some information about him, because I don't know what's going on this tape, it's all mumbo jumbo. So they find it up, and then they drive off and try and find this the boss where he lives apparently. They knock on the door, and this old woman answers. She says, "Who are you looking for?" He goes, "I'm looking for my boss." "What's his name?" "Oh, fuck knows." Little young lad, dead clever. Right, it can't be him. As thick as fuck. So, well, can we meet him? Well, you could, but he'd been dead a year. Well, what do you mean? I was with him. Literally, yesterday I was with him. I were at the place. Like, no, he's been dead a year. Something sounds amiss here. Finds out, they go back home, and he goes to his boss again, tries to find him. At this point, someone's been held hostage. I don't even know who it is. It's not important to the plot, but someone's been held hostage for something. Don't even really know what was going on there. I must have just drifted off for a moment. Anyway, one of the evil bosses gives him a pack of cigarettes. Says, "No, go on, just go home, lad. You don't need to come over to us at this time of night. Go home, lad." So he starts smoking these cigarettes on his way home. These cigarettes have got some kind of GPS signal in them. So the bosses follow him home and like, "Hey, we caught you. Them cigarettes are GPSing. Oh look, there's that tape we were looking for. Good job I planted that." So they get these little guns out saying, "We don't need you anymore." Then the girl, Little Miss Black Belt, who the guy called a bitch earlier, she comes through the door, sees them, and just kicks the shit out of 3 guys with guns. And then they pick up the guns and run off. It's like, wait a minute. You just picked up your guns and run off. Like, when you pick up your guns, you're then back in control, you can just point them at her. Little Miss Karate can't do shit against a bullet. But no, they just run off with the tail between legs again. Don't know what's going on. So they run off to the boss and was like, "Hey, we've got the tape though, you know, she kicked our ass, but we have got the tape." So they put this tape in that they've got, and it looks like it reconnects to the home planet, which is, well, we don't actually see the home planet, but it reconnects there, and then Ghidorah and Gigan come. Now, they kind of come, and Ghidorah's a fireball, and Gigan's a diamond in the sky. And then they transform into the cells, and when Ghidorah's flying in this stage, it shows a close-up of him. He just looks ridiculous. It looks like a lifeless, dead puppet. I mean, that's exactly what it is, but it really it just looks really shit. Gigan, he's obviously been designed, he's new for the film, he looks pretty decent at this point. So they come flying down, well, they're on the way down, and this guy who's lost his tape, he's going to go back in, he wants to steal his tape back. So they sneak back into the boss's lair, but get caught. And then this is where you find out the evil bosses aren't normal people at all. Says the reason he's been dead for you because he's wearing his skin. Says we're actually from another planet which is a lot like Earth. In fact, it's the exact same as Earth. They show footage of it, and it's just like 1970 Japan. So bloody hell, it's a lot like Earth, this planet. Because we're actually not even human. We just wear human skins. So he said, "Oh no." Then as Ghidorah and Gigan are making their way, the power gets cut to this building. They said, "Oh no, we have to turn the emergency light on." They turn it on, and then you can see the shadows. He's like, "Oh no, you can see the shadow of him, the true shadow." For some reason, when this light hits him, it doesn't show the shadow of what he's wearing, it shows the shadow of a cockroach. So they find out that they're actually evil cockroaches from space. So, they then program Ghidorah and Gigan to rampage and destroy Tokyo, and this is probably one of the best parts of the film. Like literally, we get 7 or 8 minutes of just of Ghidorah and Gigan just destroying and fucking upsetting. It's just amazing. It's like the miniature work's brilliant, all the fire, the destruction. It looks really good. There's a couple of iffy moments where they try and insert bits of stock footage from other films, and it really fucks it up because it's like day for night kind of shots. It's like, why is it day and it's night? And then so the stock footage that's inserted in between is a bit shit, but the actual new footage that's been filmed for it looks really good. And the miniature work's like on fire. So this is going on. Anguirus is now dragging Godzilla back because he got his ass kicked by the army. So Anguirus and Godzilla swimming to the shore whilst Gigan and Ghidorah fucking up Japan. Then Ghidorah clocks Godzilla. Godzilla clocks Ghidorah. So then we're setting up for a main event, and it's kind of been building up this fight throughout the film, so it feels, if you're ready for it, you're actually, oh, you're hyped up for it. So we've got Godzilla and Anguirus, Ghidorah, Gigan, Tornado tag team match, and it's probably one of the best fights I've seen in a Godzilla film for quite a few films now. I mean, we do get bits of breaking up here to cut back to the story, but it doesn't protrude too much on the actual film, so it's alright. So there's fire everywhere. Godzilla's took down Ghidorah. Gigan is just beating the shit out of Anguirus. He's constantly smacking him in his head, kicking him in the stomach, he's just got him beat. Anguirus, he's pretty shit, and he's just getting his ass tamed completely. And then Ghidorah starts getting the better of Godzilla, and then they're both down, they're both surrounded by fire, and we're kind of cutting off to a little story again here. And we find out this Godzilla Island, what they're building, this little theme park. It's got a giant statue of Godzilla that fires laser beams. So Godzilla sees this statue, starts walking over to it, and then he starts firing these laser beams from this statue of Godzilla right at him. And this statue firing loads of lasers gets Godzilla right in the eye. Godzilla's like, ah, fuck me, he can't see, he's down. Starts pounding lasers and lasers, and Godzilla he's just been destroyed by these lasers. So, but our good guys, Kenko and the gang, well, because Kenko's an artist, he draws this picture, like this picture of all the gang. It's black and white picture, it's like, you can't be fooled, it's clearly a cartoon drawing. But they put up this poster on the wall so that the enemies think it's them, and boxes of TNT behind it. Then they press the lift, and then they run off. Then the bad guy's like, hey up, what's that? I heard the lift, right, let's go down, they're clearly there. So the door opens, the enemies come down the lift, see this cartoon drawing of Kenko and gang, and then just fire at it, blow up the TNT, destroys the entire Godzilla building pretty much. The laser's fucked and it's all down. So it's like, well, that were a bit stupid of them to just fall for that little trap. Gigan busts Godzilla open, like he flies at him, he buzzsaws him, and just completely cuts his shoulder up, starts spurting blood everywhere, and Gigan starts getting the better of Godzilla here. He picks Godzilla up, starts smacking him on the head with his claw, just bursts him open from the skull, he starts bleeding all over his face. Good job it's not a first blood match, it'd be over already. So Gigan really beating the shit out of him. Anguirus is watching Ghidorah. Then Anguirus goes for Ghidorah. Then we get a bit more stock footage from Destroy All Monsters, and it's like, that's a bit tame. The new footage of that spin film's good, but the stock footage fighting, not great. Anyway, Ghidorah's getting the better of Anguirus. Gigan has got Godzilla down, like he's down and out. He's bloodied and battered. He drags his limp body over to Ghidorah so they can finish the job. It's like, it's good job there's no title on line in this one, because Godzilla, just a quick free count, it would be all over. Anyway, Anguirus kind of jumps in and interferes a bit, so Godzilla gets back up, finds his strength, starts pummeling on Gigan, starts beating the crap out of Gigan. Then he goes over to Ghidorah, and he's feeling a bit of Viva La Raza over here. He gets a triple suplex on Ghidorah, which is impressive. He's got this triple reverse suplex. I mean, really what they're doing is just they shot this shot 3 times, and but it looks like a triple suplex. And Anguirus is jumping back first into Ghidorah, and then Ghidorah and Gigan both fuck off. Godzilla kind of shoots at Gigan, blasts him a couple of times, but Godzilla and Ghidorah, Gigan fly off into the night. Godzilla and Anguirus just kind of stood there like, yep, tough one, but we did it. So Godzilla and Anguirus win your tag team match. Now, the actual fight is just, you've got to watch it. It's like, I have to recommend it, because the fight, Godzilla is getting his ass kicked. I mean, this is like the 3rd time now we've seen him like nearly lose. I mean, we've seen him lose against Mothra. Spiger nearly had him beat. Hedorah should have won on multiple occasions. And Gigan and Ghidorah, I mean, if it weren't for the tag team stipulation, if this was a one-on-one match, I'm likely to say Gigan got the better of Godzilla in this one. Gigan could have won. So definitely recommend this one. Great film. Now, our next film is Godzilla vs Megalon. Now, I've not seen this one, but I'm looking at the cover, and I can see Gigan. Now, Gigan's back. That's something I didn't know. It's just like I didn't know Anguirus and Ghidorah were in this film. So bonus for Gigan being in. I really like him. He's pretty kick-ass. And Jaguar, I don't really know anything about Jet Jaguar, but he looks shit. So I don't know if Godzilla is going to have a one-on-one with Megalon in this. I'm not too sure. I hope he does, because he needs to put his title on the line. He's not putting it on in this one. So, but for villains, so it could be another tag match by the looks of things. Who knows? But anyway, hopefully next week Godzilla vs Megalon, and let's hope the title is on the line. See you next week.